Today, I have my favorite tax deductions of all time, and I'm going to share them with you, and then I'm going to give you all a story on how I was able to leverage this in my business. What's up, family? Welcome into another episode of Tax-Free Living, where I teach entrepreneurs just like you how to live tax-free. So today we have another amazing episode, but you already know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Okay, I'm giving you so many gems on how to lower your taxes and even potentially live tax-free. So if you're new, welcome. If you're part of the family, welcome back. Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share it with a friend, because the more people that we can impact, the better. Okay, so why am I so excited about today's episode? Well, I had some time to reflect and to think about what are my favorite tax deductions of all time. Like what are my favorite tax deductions that I have ever had the pleasure of taking myself to lower my tax liability. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So, and these are in no particular order, right? These are in no particular order, but so my favorite tax deductions of all time, number one is my Lamborghini Urus. If you've been following me for any time at all, you know that I've recently purchased a beautiful blue Lamborghini Urus truck. And what's crazy to me is I'm from the south side of Chicago. All right, I was born in poverty. I lost my parents in high school. You couldn't have told me that I would be the owner of any type of Lamborghini, right? Let alone the Lamborghini Urus. But what ended up happening was this, right? I was never a huge fan of Lamborghini, because I feel like they're for people who are loud and I like to flex a little bit, but Lamborghinis are a loud flex. Ferraris are a silent flex. Lamborghinis are a loud flex, right? But what happened is Lamborghini decided to come out with a truck, right? And the reason why this is important in this example is because the Lamborghini Urus weighs over 6,000 pounds, which means that it is eligible for the 179 deduction plus bonus depreciation, right? Which basically means that in 2022, when I bought the vehicle, that I was able to write off 100% of the value of the vehicle when I purchased it, right? Even if I didn't pay for it in cash or I didn't put any money down, due to the 179 deduction plus bonus depreciation, I was able to write off 100% of the value of the car, right? So let's think about this. My Lamborghini Urus cost $230,000, right? Now I put $40,000 down as a down payment, right? So I put $40,000 down. I have a note for $190,000. But due to the benefits of bonus depreciation and the 179 deduction, even though I only put $40,000 down, I was still able to get a $230,000 tax deduction in my business, which if I'm in the 40 to 50% tax rate, that's like over $100,000 in legit tax savings. It lowered my tax bill by over $100,000. What tax deduction gets better than that, right? There's something you can buy, you can enjoy, but it also lowers your tax liability by $100,000. Now, here's a bonus, right? Because I no longer live in the States, as you all know, I'm living in Colombia for a little while. I don't need the car. I'm not going to ship it to Colombia. So I decided to give it to my colleague who owns a private rental car company. He's like, if you let me rent out this Lamborghini, I can get probably $15,000 to $20,000 a month for it. So all I got to do is give him 30%. So I'm over here living in another country and my Lamborghini is making me 5 figures a month. I don't know if y'all got tax deductions that's helping y'all save $100,000 and bring in an extra $15,000 a month to your pocket, but this is why my Lamborghini Urus is one of my favorite tax deductions of all time. So that's number one. Now, my second favorite tax deduction of all time is writing off my birthdays. Okay, so let's talk about this. So I posted a video on my Instagram and I posted the reel on our YouTube channel of me telling Wallow and Gilly that you can actually write off your birthday. And they were like, what are you talking about, right? The reel got over 3 million views to date. So I want to break that down and show you all how I've been writing off my birthdays for the last 3 years. Okay, so this past year, I just turned 32 years old and my birthday experience cost about $12,000. And I was able to get a 100% tax deduction for my birthday. Talk about a birthday gift from the IRS. Thank you. I'll take it. So let me break it down and tell you how you can do it as well. So number one, if you're going to attempt to write off your birthday, number one, you have to have a business, right? We already talked about this. The tax code is created for entrepreneurs and business owners, right? So number one, have a business. The second thing you want to do is you want to throw an event for your birthday. You want to have a party, right? Which you all going to do anyway, right? You're already having a party, right? But this time we want to have a party for our birthday, but we want to rent out a location for our birthday party event. So I rented out this insane mansion in Columbia. I'm talking 6 bedrooms, 2,500 square feet. I think it was like $1.5 million. That's how much the property was. It cost me about $1,500 a day to rent out, right? So I rented out this mansion and I threw my party there. But on top of throwing my party there, I invited my friends, but I also invited my entrepreneur friends, my business partners, and some clients of mine, right? So I invited some of my childhood friends, but I more so also invited my business partners. I invited my other friends who are entrepreneurs, and I invited some of my clients who've paid me to be their mentor, right? The reason that I did this is for 2 reasons. One, because I wanted them to come, but secondly, we're turning my birthday party into a business mastermind, right? So what we did was the first 3 hours, maybe it kind of went a little bit over. So the first 3 to 4 hours of the day, we sat around the round table and we all masterminded, right? We talked about different business strategies, different marketing strategies, different client acquisition strategies. And then I had every person go up and give one major play that's been helping their business this year, and then one major problem that their business is facing, and we all chimed in on how we can help that person. So we masterminded the first 3 hours of the day, and then we partied. So my birthday party wasn't a personal party. It was a business mastermind event that gracefully turned into a party. So the IRS code section 162A says any expense that is both ordinary and necessary in your business for the pursuit of income is tax deductible. Now, that mastermind we had easily helped me make an extra $15,000 to $20,000 this year, just off a few strategies that my business partners and my entrepreneur friends were able to give me. And since that is the case, this birthday party, or better yet, this business mastermind, is a 100% tax deductible expense for not only my business, right? Not only for my business, but it was tax deductible for the attendees as well, because they were paying for a flight, right? They were paying to come, so they got to write off their traveling expense, and I got to write off the expense for the Airbnb, and I got to write off the chef that I had come and serve us food, because meals are still 50% deductible in 2023. So we have to eat at the mastermind. So I was able to write off the Airbnb, the meals, and a little bit of the drinks that we had. So this is a way that you can turn your birthday into a 100% tax deductible expense. And that is one of my favorite write-offs of all time. I've been doing it for 3 years now, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Okay, so the next one. And this is simple, guys. One of my favorite write-offs to date is my attire. So as you all have probably seen in these videos, all the apparel that I wear comes from our Melanin Money merch brand. So, right, if you go to melaninmoney.com/shop, you will see our Melanin Money store. And because I am an owner of the business, anytime I wear our apparel, it is tax deductible to me. So guys, I can't tell you how much, I never was a flashy person, but I was still spending maybe $1,000, $2,000 a month on clothes or shoes or whatever. And like, I don't do that no more, right? Because if I'm like, instead of going to Louis Vuitton and buying designer, why don't you just become the designer and be able to write off your own clothes? So not only am I saving thousands of dollars a month on clothes, the little money that I do spend on the clothes, I get to write it off on my taxes. So one of the reasons why this is one of my favorite deductions is because it saves me money in general, and it also saves me taxes. So again, if you want to create your own brand or become an affiliate of somebody else's brand, anytime you buy clothes from them, you can write it off in your business. As long as it has the business logo Stitch or our trademark Stitch, you can write it off on your taxes. So you can do this by, if you were an affiliate for Fashion Nova, right? And Fashion Nova gave you a cut of anytime that somebody bought clothes from your affiliate link. Anytime you spent money on Fashion Nova clothes, that is now marketing because you're an affiliate. So now you're able to write off all your outfits that you paid for, be able to look good and keep the pockets good as well. All right, so last but certainly not least, and the reason I'm gonna say certainly not least is because the expense that I'm about to tell you all is my number one expense. The expense I'm about to tell you all about right now has been my number one expense for probably the last 2 years, okay? And this is, I don't know, this might be my favorite tax deduction of all time. So what is it? Drum roll, please. My favorite tax deduction, I'll just say it, of all time is education. Okay? And what do I mean by education? I don't mean the traditional education system, right? I don't mean the education system that taught us to go to college for 4 to 5 years, spend $150,000 on education just to pay the student loans back and barely get a job making $50K. I'm not talking about that education. I'm talking about the new education, which is paying mentors to either join their mentorship or join their mastermind program, right? So let's talk about it. If you are a business owner, and I probably should do a whole separate YouTube video on this alone. If you are a business owner and you pay for education that is ordinary and necessary in the pursuit of income to your business, you are able to write that education off on your taxes. So just for example, I paid $100,000 to join a mastermind on how to make high ticket sales. Making high ticket sales will drastically increase and improve the income for my business. So I pay my mentor $100,000 and I get a $100,000 tax deduction in the process. So think about that. I'm literally getting a tax deduction to learn how to make more money. Like, it can't get any better than that, because the only thing people can't take from you is information. Y'all hear me say this time and time again: information changes situations and conversations change compensation. So I've spent over $400,000 on my personal development in the last 24 months. And not only that, I got $400,000 worth of tax deductions for doing so. And again, guys, the best investment you all can make is an investment in yourself, right? Shout out to Alex Hormozy, who said this. He said, as important as it is to invest in stocks, before you invest in the S&P 500, take that money and invest in the SME 500. Right? Take that money and invest in coaching. Take that money and invest in courses. Take that money and invest in online education, and so that you can find out ways to grow your business faster, and you get a 100% tax deduction for doing so. So guys, those are my favorite tax deductions of all time. So do me a favor, let me know in the comments which one of these is your favorite and which one of these are you going to implement in your business this year. So again, guys, if you like this episode, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all on the next episode.